Baby, it's cold outside. Well, I'm in Texas, so one day it's cold, one day it isn't. Mother Nature definitely is confused. Regardless, there are multiple reasons why the weather can keep us inside during recess. And I thought that it would be nice to share with you some activities that can help with indoor recess, because after a few days of stuck inside with your students, they're going wild and your sanity is playing hide and seek. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 7 of my favorite activities for indoor recess that are going to help you maintain your sanity and help you have fun with your students along the way. Stay tuned. What's kicking, educational rock stars? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Farah from Farah Henley Education, where I strive to bring you actionable tips, strategies, and simple systems to take back into your classroom to make your teacher life a little easier. Now, if this is your first time joining me here on the channel, be sure you hit that like and that subscribe button so that you get notified when I go live or upload a new video here on the channel. All right, now guys, I told you that I was going to be sharing with you 7 of my favorite indoor recess activities, and it's more like 7, like I said, 7 categories of activities, but I loved to reserve these for those indoor recess activities and indoor recess times, because I wanted them to be very, very special when my students had indoor recess. Now, I know a lot of times we can get stuck with indoor recess and we don't have anything planned, or maybe we use it for extra learning time, but our students need that time to just decompress and let their brains not think about schoolwork. Sometimes it was very easy if I knew we had something we needed to get wrapped up and I knew we weren't going to be going outside for recess. It was very easy to let the lesson run over. But I'm going to encourage you to give your students that break. They need a break. They need to let their brains just shut off, and so that they can regroup and have some energy for after. And listen, we need to do that. So why would we think that our students didn't need to do that either? So activity number 1 is art. Anything art related, my students went crazy over. So they were actually excited if they weren't going to be going out to recess. And even when I taught where they actually had art as a specials class, they loved to do art in our classroom during indoor recess, because typically it was free art. It wasn't something that was a lesson around art or anything like that. It was just free art. So I love to keep things like watercolors and things that were fast. I also love to do activities like directed drawings, where you can find those online, and you can find them on YouTube, and they were little directed drawing activities that you could do with your students. So my students loved to do those as well. But anything art related is always a good activity to do, and it lets them get their creative side, start kind of working on that other side of their brain, and get their creative side out when they can't get their energetic side taken care of during recess. Now, activity number 2, and you guys know that I am obsessed, like really obsessed, with centers. But you can do centers during indoor recess, but make them fun centers. Bring out the Legos, bring out the blocks, bring out the games, bring out things like that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about games here in a moment, but bring that stuff out and set them up in stations around your room and just run through your centers rotation. They already know how to run through the rotation. Make them quick things that they can do. And really, any of the activities, or several of the activities that I'm going to be sharing in the next couple of categories, you can actually make a center, and then as they rotate through them, they could be playing them. And you can make them longer centers. I don't know how long your recess is. Typically, we had about 30 minutes for recess, so maybe I would have like 3 centers, that way I had larger groups. It's not such a big deal if they're a little louder than they normally are in your learning centers, because you're not trying to teach during that time. So, but you can set up centers with different activities and run through fun centers with your students. They already understand the process of rotating. They already understand the process of cleaning things up. So it's just an easy way to continue with a classroom management procedure that you've already got established. Now, activity number 3 is games. I mean, yeah, you've got board games. You've got things like Twister, charades. My students love to play charades. If you've got things, I would stay away. And, I said board games, but board games that are quick and easy to set up. I would stay away from things that take too long to set up and explain, or that everybody can't play. Maybe you put them on teams, that kind of thing. I loved playing games during this time. My students always loved when I opened the game cabinet and would pull things out, especially if it was something that was really quick to set up and we could actually play and kind of get through playing before before recess was up. So games are a really great idea during indoor recess as well. Now the next one, activity number 4, are STEM activities. STEM activities, and make them fun. Things like cup stacking. Have you seen the videos of the kids who stack the cups up really fast and then stack them way down? So you find some cups, you number them, you set them up in teams, and they relay through it. And so they've got to stack them into a pyramid, and then they've got to take them all down, and then they tag the next person, and you're running those doing that little STEM activity relay. The other ones I love to do were some of those team building activities where you give them like a straw, 2 rubber bands, a Q-tip, and there's different things that you can, a paper clip, things like that, and they have to use that. They can't touch the cups, but they've got to stack the cups, any number of things. But I love to do those type of things with my students as well, because it got their brains thinking, but at the same time they were fun, and it was not something we usually had time to do during our normal class time. So anything that is STEM related is a great thing to bring out during indoor recess. Now, I don't advise that that's the only time you bring out STEM activities, but those fun ones that can be turned into games, that's a really great time to bring them out. Now, look, recess is the reason we love recess so much is because it gets our students up, it gets them out of the classroom, it gets them moving, okay? So what happens when you are stuck inside? You can't get them outside, you can't let them run around, you can't let them run that energy out. Well, you still want to get them moving. Now, some of this stuff, is going to probably date me a little bit, but these are some tried and true things that, trust me, your students are going to love. And I don't see enough teachers playing these anymore, because you guys know that here at FHE, I'm all about keeping it stinking simple. And I don't see teachers playing this stuff often enough. And my kids went crazy. It didn't matter what grade level. They went crazy over some of this stuff. But musical chairs. Yes, play musical chairs with your students. Now, if you've got one of those rowdy group of students who you don't think they can handle musical chairs, I understand that, but give them a chance. Try it. Trust me, even my most rowdy group of students love to play musical chairs. Relay races. Remember when I talked about the stacking the cups and do that as a relay race, an egg race. Now, I have a lot of teachers who say egg races. Oh my gosh, I'm not giving my students an egg that's going to bust on my floor. If you've got carpet, get you some dollar store tablecloths that you can lay down, and you can have them run relay races across the tablecloths so that if they do drop their egg, it's going to break there and it's easy to clean up. But for a couple of dollars for some tablecloths and less than $2 for some eggs, you've got some indoor recess fun with some spoons. I mean, bring a couple spoons from home. A dance party. My kids loved Go Noodle and doing dance parties. The human knot. Do y'all remember doing that in we did it in PE, but where everybody like crosses their hand and they're grabbing hands with other people in a group, and it's just random, and they get all tangled or whatever, and then they have to see if they can get their team untangled before the other team. That's a fun thing to do. There's another one also called Night at the Museum, and this is something that I never did in my classroom, but check out YouTube. Just go search Night at the Museum classroom game, and it has to do with everybody deciding that they're going to be something that would be in a museum, and then one person is the security guard, and if they're looking in their direction or looking at them, then they can't move. But like if he turns his back and looks at somebody else, then they can be moving around or going to a different spot in the classroom. But if they get caught moving, then they're out. And it's all about who can be standing last. So that is a fun one to do. Now, activity number, I think we're on number 6. I'll get it right. I think we're on number 6. Activity number 6. And we've played this here at FHE for some games and giveaways. But Kahoot, can I get some hand raises, some hearts for Kahoot? If you have it set up beforehand, you are able to use Kahoot to review games, but there are some on there that are just fun. They're just fun to play. I played trivia with you guys one night as a giveaway, so during my birthday. So use Kahoot to just have fun. It doesn't always have to be about learning. You can do it just to have fun. And activity number 7. Now, these are something that you definitely want to have. You're going to need to have done ahead of time. So these are not something that you would pull out when you last minute are having to have indoor recess. Maybe it was super sunny that morning because you live in Texas, and by recess time it is storming and raining and you didn't get to go outside. This is definitely one that you're going to want to have prepared ahead of time so that you can make sure everything's in place. And there are some really great ones I know online that you can find even over on Teachers Pay Teachers or on blogs that are ones that can be done, and they're quick. They can be done in about 30 minutes. But that's escape games, guys. Escape rooms are super popular, and the escape games that have been built and you can find that are easy to just print out some pieces. Some of them they're not elaborate. They're really simple, really easy, but you can find some that are academic and you can find some that are fun, or you can create your own, because it's super easy to write down some clues and riddles and them having to solve things if you wanted to create something like that. So love escape games. My students always loved playing those escape games as well. Now, regardless of what the reason for you being stuck for indoor recess, don't just let this time go to waste. Take the opportunity to connect with your students, really build those relationships, use one of these activities to do so, and have a little fun, because indoor recess doesn't have to be a bummer on you because, oh my gosh, you're stuck inside, especially after days and days and days of bad weather. It doesn't have to be a bummer, and it doesn't have to test your sanity. With one of these 7 activities, you are guaranteed to have a great time, save your sanity, and have fun with your students. Now, if you're looking for more tips, strategies, and simple systems to take back into your classroom to make your teacher life easier, check out the videos on your screen. Thanks for watching, and keep being an educational rock star.